Well, today's Wednesday, it's the 6th of December 2023. It's actually a bank holiday in Spain when just about everything is closed. So funnily enough, we have two bank holidays before Christmas. Today, which is Wednesday, and the 8th, which is Friday. So two bank holidays very close together. And that means that Thursday is a normal working day, but many people take that day as a holiday, and it's called a puente, which is a bridge. Well, we're retired now, so we don't need holidays as such. In fact, we've been retired for coming up for a year. A year ago, we were just getting ready to retire, and I thought perhaps a little video about retirement for us and retirement in Spain, and just to see how it compares with other countries. I'm not an expert on this, so what I'm telling you is our own experiences, what we've found out, what we've done, how it happened, and also a little bit about what we've read in the newspapers, and so a little bit of news as well. So for us, we've lived in Spain for a long time, more than 30 years, and there are different types of retirement. There's the normal retirement, which for us at this time would have been 66 years and so many months. And if you paid enough social security, that is, if you paid your 37 years, and this is varying, so it's actually going to increase, but about 37 years into the social security system, then you get a full pension. If you haven't paid the full 37 years, then you don't get the full pension, you don't get 100%. So for every year you do less, then they knock a little bit of a percentage off your pension. So the more you work, the more you get paid. Other than that, there's a couple of other types of retirement that you can have. Anita was really lucky. She managed to take partial retirement, which meant that she could reduce her working hours, and in fact her working days. She ended up only working 1 day a week, and the business, in Anita's case the school, pays for the 1 day and the government pays for the other 4 days. So effectively you just carry on earning the same amount of money, you're just only working 1 day. Businesses are not inclined to do that anymore because it costs them a lot of money. They have to pay the full social security. And apologies for the background noise, somebody's chopping a tree down by the sounds of things. So Anita was really lucky to do that. I tried to do it, but it was just going to be too expensive for the business because they have to pay the full social security for me, even though I was only working for 1 day. And there was also an obligation that they might have to take on a new employee, so it would actually cost them a lot of money. So Anita was very lucky, and she managed to do that for a few years before she took the full-blown retirement. There is another sort of retirement as well. You can take early retirement and take your state pension. And apparently in 2004, about half of Spanish people used to do this. They used to take early retirement, and that meant instead of retiring at 65, which was the retirement age then, they'd retire at 64 or 63, whatever. The problem with that now, though, is that the government has imposed penalties, and for each year that you retire early, you get a percentage off your pension. So I think it's around about 8% for each year. So that's quite a considerable amount of money you're going to lose for the rest of your life. So we'd always planned to work for the full retirement period that we could do, pay our full social security for 37 years. And we didn't actually achieve that here in Spain, but because we worked in the UK for a number of years, they add those years to the years in Spain, and if it comes to 37 years or more, Anita's actually came to considerably more, then you get the full 100% of the pension. So because we'd worked done 37 years, meant we could retire at 65. We didn't have to wait until we were 66. So if you've done your 37 years, not only do you get 100% of your pension, you also get the opportunity to retire at 65. And about a third of people now retire early. So about a third retire early, and the rest have to wait until they're 66 years. And I think, like in many countries, this is actually going to creep up and up to 67, and who knows where it's going to stop. It's not the same for everybody. Not everybody gets the same pension. The pension in Spain depends on how much you've earned. So it's a little bit like it used to be in England many, many years ago when they had earnings-related pension. So basically, the more you earn, the more social security you pay over the years, and the more pension you get at the end of it. That seems to be quite a fair system to me. This is state pension. I don't know anything about private pensions. So basically, in Spain, if you work your full 37 years, or whatever the number of years is, and you've completed all of those social security payments, then you pretty much retire on a similar salary to which you've left when you were working. So you might think then that pensioners in Spain are really well off. Well, some of them are, but some of them are not. So in the Baleares, for example, there are 20 towns where people have an average state pension of less than €1,000 a month. And I must say, just another addition to this, that state pension in Spain is paid 14 times a year, as it is in many businesses as well. Many businesses paid 14 times a year. So you get this amount, which I'm talking about, less than €1,000 a month, but it's 14 months, so it's not 12,000, it's 14,000. So many, I'm saying, get less than €14,000 a year. The extra payments, you get two extra payments. One is in November and the other one is in June. So one before the summer and one fairly close to Christmas. But it varies a lot over the island. So in Mallorca, for example, you've got some towns where they're earning nearly 1,400 a month, and then others where you're only getting about €900 a month. If you go to look on the mainland, it's even more different. You've got parts of the mainland which earn a lot more money than that here we do in Majorca. So the highest earning areas are in the Basque Country, and the average pensioner there earns €1,685 a month. Don't forget, that's 14 times. Whereas in Extremadura, which is close to the Portuguese coast, the pensioners there are only getting €1,149 a month. So I don't know how that compares with other countries, but I think it seems to be quite good. I think the Spanish pensioners do get a reasonable pension, and that's reflected in the way you see Spanish people, pensioners, dressed, and they come on holidays, and I think most of them have a reasonable life. There is a problem though, and the problem is, particularly in the Balearics, is that the people here rely a lot on tourism and the associations, businesses that go with tourism. So not just the hotels, but all the bars, the restaurants, the tours, and the attractions. And that means that because the work is so seasonal and maybe only 5 months of the year, the people who work in these sectors, some of them only have 5 months or 6 months a year of social security payments. So they're only actually getting half a year for every year that they work in terms of social security payments. So when it comes to pensions, their pensions are greatly reduced. And that's one of the reasons really that Spanish pensioners here in Mallorca are a lower paid than in many parts of the mainland. So what happened with us? Well, we didn't have full social security payments in Spain, but we did have those which were done in the UK. And when they added all of those together, it came to more than 37 years, and we get our pension. So we get two bits of pension, really. We get one which is from Spain, which is the majority, because that's where we've worked most of our lives. And then for the years that we worked in the UK, we get a little bit of the UK pension as well. And that gets paid directly to us here in Spain. So it does fluctuate depending on what the exchange rate is. So yeah, we're quite happy with our lot here, and hopefully we'll have many years to spend all of this pension. Anyway, hope you found that sort of interesting, and if you've got any questions, just send me a message and I'll try to answer them. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.